Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Try. My name is Retromation and this is Dungeon Exiles, an auto-battling RPG roguelike that I'm excited to be checking out here today. Out now on Steam, so in we're gonna go to see what it's all about. We got warrior, different difficulty levels that we will need to unlock. Complete the game on Nightmare 6 to unlock a new skin. And we got 3 different classes. Alright, passive, gain armor. Looks like this determines what we kind of like gain for stats. So I'm assuming there's one that prioritizes each one of these. We get an ability. Let's go in and then we'll read that after. All right. And we are, oh my lord, very overwhelming to look at this version of this map. Enemies will drop more gold. Extra enemy modifier. I mean, sure. You can switch and toggle your abilities during this time. Hint, you can click an ability to toggle it on or off. Your abilities will activate from left to right. So Sunder, level 1 of 5. Okay. 20% chance to inflict vulnerable. Don't know what that does exactly. Doesn't say. I can make a guess that it's like a Slay the Spire style vulnerable. It's my educated guess. Autocast when off cooldown, strike your target doing 8 to 10 physical damage. Infused with 20% reduced cooldown and mana cost. I'm really curious about. I mean, there's some exciting words there, but so I guess in the beginning there's not really much for us to do. It's always funny the first battle in an auto battler. You're like, if I lose this, oh, it doesn't even say takes increased damage. How much increased damage? If I lose this battle, then what am I supposed to say, man? Prepare for battle. So I think like usually getting a choice for the player really quickly strategically is a good call. Spells and abilities, skill book. We don't have Nerthen yet. Character sheet. I'm assuming that's our XP. Oh, bum. All right, send it. Focusing fire, autocast when off cooldown, greatly increase your attack speed for a few seconds. 100% increased attack speed. Gotcha. So we are normally doing 8 to 10 if we can kind of catch the highest number we do. See, it feels a little bit risky to run into this fight now, but I'll do it anyways. Drops more gold, takes less damage from crits. Is that the buff that you got, or is that just, like, what you do? The shadows gather. All right. We have a pause. We don't have a speed up. So I'd say, like, that's definitely a note that I would have, usually in auto-battler games. Especially for the first few fights, you're like, might as well, right? Level up. Heavy strikes Berserker. Oh, hold up. I'm back in. Auto chest style mechanics, I see. Berserker synergy bonuses. So, Berserker gives us increased attack speed and crit chance. Gladiators set bonuses attack speed and chance to bleed. Ooh, increased chance to bleed, increased bleed damage. I'm more interested in going for that angle. Select a new extra ability or upgrade an old one. Devastates. Just does a whole bunch of damage. Does 140% of your physical attack damage instead of 100%. Precision. Grant increased crit strike chance. Steel skin. Bolster your defenses, gaining overguard equal to 8% of your max HP. I feel like that makes a little bit more sense with a bleed. Wait, does our HP stay down? No. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so we go left to right. We do that, chop. Then we get the little shield. Because, yeah, in the event that we go for, like, a bleed build, bleed builds will typically like fights to go on longer so that you can get to that scaling. So, all right, yeah. I definitely think in a game like this, you really do want specific numbers to be shown, though. So this guy's got a buff. Grants more XP on death. Has more max HP. I mean, fingers crossed, because, like, you know, Still don't have a ton of input right now, which I know it is an auto battle. I played maybe like 100 at this point. But, you know, man's making it a little bit tighter. He's making it a little bit tighter here. But the fact that we can get that is good. I'm going to take the risks, right? Because if with the minimal input I currently have, it's kind of like the input we have is on the map, right? On the very overwhelming looking map. We have the same guy. It could go a different way, though. We did get a bleed early, which is useful. That being said, it's so tight. So, we could get the Carnage Fighter, restore 2.5% of your maximum mana after dealing a crit with an attack. I mean, it's good. But we could get the Synergy bonus, which is an extra 10% increased attack speed, 20% chance to bleed, on top of the fact that we have the 12% and the 10% here, too. I do think the classic, a powerful adversary. The classic kind of like auto chess thing on the side is always really, really helpful in a game like this. That has features like that at the very least. Alright, we better be causing them to bleed all the freaking time, man. So we are doing two bleed damage now instead of 1. May not seem like a big deal, but that is, I would like to remind you, twice as much damage from bleed. Okay, now it's doing 1. So, guess maybe it just can stack. If we want to go unhinged, we go for the elite and we see if this kills me. Oh, Lord. He seems like a big deal. Alright, go for it. We got 1 bleed off. It is going for 2. 2? 1? Down to 1? 1? 2? So, yeah, how is it determining, I wonder, exactly how the bleed goes? I mean, we're vibing, though. Is it the vulnerable, maybe? Choose. 40% to all resistances for 10 seconds. Okay, so we have a little bit of player agency in combat, even. Do I prefer the potion to an experience upgrade, though? I might not. I might not. Equipment, food pouch. So that's our food pouch. Understood. Send it. Got an energy shield or something? Yep. Why is this guy putting up more of a fight than the mini-boss? What's up with that? What's up with that? But yeah, I don't know. If bleed stacks, we do want to be in fights longer. Regenerate 3% of max HP per second for 10 seconds. I mean, that's incredible. Champion, increase maximum mana gain. Wait, 10% increase maximum mana, gain 0.8% of maximum overguard whenever you cast a spell ability. I mean, it seems not bad. Increase attack damage, max mana. Restore max mana after crits. Or we could just grab... I feel like... Isn't it the strat to just, like, go in on those? We don't even have the ability to slot in another one right now, do we? Okay. Equal to 9%. It's an increase, but again, we do want to get some extra info on situations like that. Oh, hold on. Strength, max health, restore 5 health when taking a crit. It's decent. Intelligence, max mana, flat max mana, intelligence, maximum energy shield, gain 2 energy shield on spell or ability cast. I'm most interested in the gloves. Are they like... Are they just on? I think they might just be on. But yeah, the question being, is an elite even better than just getting XP boosts? I don't know if it is, which is kind of funky. I'll give it a shot. Maybe you drop something better. Got my finger on the regen potion trigger if we need it. 3 damage from bleed. I think maybe it ticks down. 4. I'm seeing 4 now. 2, 3. There's clearly something going on with like extra. Jesus. Bodied. With stats. An ominous chest. It could contain treasure, but it could also be trapped. Open it cautiously. Slowly open the chest, trying to carefully avoid any traps. Take your time to thoroughly search the chest for any hidden compartments that may be hiding for treasure. May set off some traps within the chest. I mean, I guess we'll, like, go in the middle here. So we get 73 gold. Dancing light against the dark. Cool. We did dodge all shops, unfortunately. You and me. XP, Pinata. Taking physical damage over time. It could just be when he's also getting vulnerable. So he's taking 4 right now while he's vulnerable. So then it goes down to 2. Okay. Yeah, it might just be that. Woo! Juicy DPS upgrade. We can pop that on the boss. After we absolutely wipe the floor with this lad. Okay. I wonder... So, intelligence. Increased mana... Okay, that gives us mana regen. Vanguard. I could see me taking Vanguard. But it's also like... This system, since there's not like that kind of the system in place where you can't get extra value by picking different perks, like most auto chest systems that have this kind of synergy bonus system typically are like you can't take 2 of the same thing and get the synergy boost. That does not seem to be relevant here, but I guess it would be if this stuff is like really, really good. 10% chance to gain 100% chance to critical strike chance when hit. Wait. 10% chance. 10% chance to gain 100% crit chance when you get hit is very funny. But I actually really like this one anyways, because an 8% increase attack speed and 4% chance to block attacks lines up with what I'm sort of trying to do anyways, in addition to giving us a 12% chance to block and 18% increased attack speed after inflicting bleed for 6 actions. Like, those things line up pretty darn well. Restore maximum resolve. Your mental willpower and resilience against the darkness. Gain 10 to max resolve. Upgrade a non-treasure item. That's a treasure item. So I guess I will meditate. So I could have gotten a non-treasure item. Does that have to be from the shop? Pathetic weakling. Now you must face the true power of the Dread Legion. I will boost my my attack speed here. Oh, we're going wild with it though. Deals extra damage against low health enemies. Ooh. Well, the good news is I don't think I'm going to get to low health, but it's hard to say because it doesn't give me that info. In a way, it's like, it's one of those things where it frees you in a way from digging into it too deep, but a lot of players, I think, you know, myself included, kind of like that element of the strategizing. I really want to go to a shop, but I'm trying to think if this one's the better one. It might be. It might well be. Alternatively, we go up here. Yeah, I don't hate that. We can get to the shop quicker. What do you got? Additional fire damage to attacks and increased chance to ignite. How dare you? Okay. Oh, my lord. Taking fire damage over time. We also have Blood Dance. I feel like we're kind of exploding them. 20% increased attack damage after dealing a crit is appealing. So notably, this is the first time where we can't pick one of our buffs that we already have. We could use one of our rerolls to try and find it. Or we could get increased max HP and regenerate, which I kind of like that idea from the Battle Vigor. We're level 6. We can afford a new ability slot. Rallying Cry. Increasing your attack speed for 4 seconds. If Bleed can't stack, we actually don't care about this as much as I thought. 40% chance to block attacks and spells for 5 seconds. Regenerate max HP. I actually kind of like that. Let's lean into that. Oh, Traveler, the dungeon shifts and changes, but so do my wares. I gotta click it? Yeah. Aha! So here's where all the stuff has been. Strength, max mana. Armor and shatter resist. Max mana, nature resist, cold resist. Max health, crit chance, increased recovery rate. So critical strike chance and multiplier do seem different. So multiplier is probably the damage up of it. Restore health in combat. So we could do something like that. The max mana seems like all right. So strength gives physical attack damage. I'm not like wowed by this stuff. 6 to armor. I'm assuming... So armor is what? We have 10 armor. I'll take it. Adds 1 physical damage to attacks and gain a health on hit. I'm wondering if at this point we can just straight up have it. I have 2 pairs of gloves on, as far as I can tell. Let's see. Restore 5 HP when taking a crit. We also have the shatter resist. Yeah, we have the shatter resist too. And then life gain when crit 5. So these are, it's kind of like the visuals on them is a little bit not that important. You can just get a whole lot. Recovery rate, I do like it. Max health, I like it. This seems good too. Strength, max mana. I'm going to spend a reroll. Ooh. Armor, a whole bunch of resists. That sounds useful. Sounds like a big deal. Chance to block attacks, evasion, fire resist, reflective physical damage to the attacker, gain 4 mana on block. Let's do that. Add 1 to 3 damage, 5% chance to bleed, chance to parry. I mean, am I really? Like, legitimately, I'm wielding all this stuff? That's very funny to me. Extra chance to block attacks. I can't get both, though. I'm going to grab that. It seems like a good all-arounder. Probably should get this too, but hey. Probably could sell something. Restore resolve. I haven't found a way to lose resolve yet. We definitely don't need to go to another shop until we accrue some more cash. But I do really like the idea of kind of going up there. Enemy modifier up. Get it 1 to 3 reroll dice. Okay. I mean, I'm down. Ow. So what exactly armor is doing, I guess I don't know. I'm currently cowering in fear, though. Oh! Oh my god. I feel like I'm a little OP right now. Okay. We're generating, what, 1 per second? Yeah, only 3 damage from the bleed is not incredible, and the fact that if it's always on, we don't really need more attack speed. Or at least, we're not getting as much value from the attack speed as we otherwise would. Presumably, when this timer goes out, we start to take some resolve damage. Educated guess there. All right, what's the deal here? We got gain 2 overguard on ability, on spell or ability cast, and increase mana regen rate. It does sound not bad at all. Juggernaut, armor, reflect physical damage when hit. I don't hate it at all. I don't really need more attack speed, like I said. Okay, on 6 bonus, we inflict bleed to the target on block. Increase attack speed after inflicting bleed for 4 seconds. If that stacks separately with the other one, that's very good. Increase attack damage while guarded. I think we do hit this anyways, the fervor. So yeah, we absolutely can have 2 separate stats there. Oh, you poor guy. You poor guy. Seems to be the remnants of a campsite. Oh. That's not how I would have expected that to go. Search for clues. The color of the experience. I don't know if that means something. Supplies. Maybe cause the campers to flee. Or if they will return. Probably heal. Maybe. Clue sounds good. Jeez, that's a lot of XP. Additional cold damage to attacks and has a chance to chill on hits. Collects corpse. Auto cast when off cooldown. Attempt to forcibly collect your target's corpse. I mean, okay. I mean, we can get that potion on if we feel like we really need it here. Oh, we're vibing. Oh, we're vibing. We're just completely chilling at full HP this fight. Reduce attack speed. Another Berserker. Chance to gain critical strike chance and 18% increase attack damage on hit for 7 seconds. We could get the Colossus, which is already some HP and a little bit of HP regen, which is just even funnier. Increase max HP based off of a percentage is nice. Reduce mana cost of spells ability. I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I definitely think that you want to give the player the ability to compare this to the last one. I'm pretty sure I remember it was 8% of your maximum HP. So, like, that could make a difference. This is an extra 1% chance to inflict vulnerable. But, like, here's the thing. That can't possibly be it. And the 6% more physical damage. Those can't possibly be it, though, right? I feel like the ability delay is down. The cooldown, I don't know. Mana cost might actually be up. So we can do it this way, I guess. 498. So the mana cost does go up. Wait, what the hell? It's a 9%? It's almost not even worth it. Because the fact that it costs an extra 2 mana and it only gives you 1% more? Like, I get it. The world, like the MMO World of Warcraft style, like, it's a higher level. You gotta... The cooldown goes up. This seems... What? Cooldown goes up. Mana cost goes up. 1% additional chance to inflict vulnerable and 6% more damage? That can't be right. These are so crappy, the upgrades. That can't be right. But I guess it might be. It's so minuscule. Just especially when you compare the kind of impact getting stats from your equipment makes, right? Oh, we're good. Oh, we are A-okay. Can't hold any more food. Yes, I love this food. I'll ditch that for this. Why not? Oh. 2 to 4 shadow damage to attack. Crit chance. Attack damage gets leeched. 2 to 3 physical damage to attack. Chance to bleed. 10% increased attack speed. I mean, it's obviously good. But again, if bleed doesn't stack, there's no reason to really get more, because they always have bleed. It's the Corpse Snatcher again. I'm not worried about it, though. So I see bleed on. Bleed's doing... Yeah, like... If bleed is always on, we don't need to worry as much about attack speed. We can go for a little bit of attack damage. And we can go for a little bit of crit chance, crit damage, all that kind of stuff. 3 off of a level. You demon boy. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, bleed. Okay, I was going to say, bleed almost wore off. I almost had to eat my words. Chance to apply target... Reduce attack speed when hit. I mean, that's kind of interesting. You could get another Colossus thing. It's kind of a boring one, though. I like that, though. Just reducing the enemy attack speed is kind of a nice thing. I think, like, getting ways to prevent their damage to me. Not going to be upset by it. Ho! Ho! Mama! 508, we buy. More health regen, increase physical damage to attacks, add fire damage to attacks. Intelligence crit chance, chance to block. Cooldown recovery rate is good, but if we don't have like a whole lot of chance to block, whole bunch of stats. Physical damage on attack. Restore 3 HP on a dodge. 11 to evasion, 16 to evasion. Hold up. Adding a whole new way to just avoid getting hit is pretty cool. Another gain of health on hit thing, though. This is actually a tough one. Not collected yet. Hold up. So I see there's different tiers. So can I not have 2 of the same item, of the exact same item? Is that the idea? Part of me wants to spend some money just to see. But not a big enough part of me. All right, fine. I don't know. I don't know. It does let me buy it. It is unclear. Non-treasure item. Increasing its stats. I feel like the one we just got actually is a pretty good one to get increases on. It just has a lot of stuff that gives us good value, so we've become even tankier. I like the pixel art on these guys. Attacks do extra shadow damage. Here's the thing. It's if you could only have like 1 helmet, 1 gloves, 1 weapon, etc., it would matter a little bit more like what you do before battle. Like you could actually be like, okay, well, I'm going to move this glove on, this glove off. Is it that way? It doesn't seem like it. It sure looks like we're getting the stats of everything. And I can't click this, drag this anywhere, right click and anything. So I think it's just we literally get everything, which is very funny. It's funny to imagine. Auto casts when off cooldown. Slash at your target soul doing damage. I mean, I gotta tell you, my guy, you are frankly kind of embarrassing here. Oh my god. 6% damage blocked. Oh, so you block more damage when you block. Deal physical damage equal to 35% of your attack damage on block. That's pretty good. Let's get it. New ability or upgrade ability. I forgot if we get a new one. We do. That seems like what actually matters. Precision, crit chance. I mean, devastate, we sure could. Strike your target. Physical damage, reducing their chance to block attacks. I don't hate that, but I feel like we can do better, unfortunately. As good as this may be, I'm not interested in it. Go, go, go. Confront one of the champions of the abyss. I do wonder, we'll probably start to just blitz this, and then we'll probably like run into a complete wall at some point here. Attacks do extra nature damage with an increased chance to poison. I'll be the judge of that. Definitely, I'm just gonna beeline to all of the XP up ones. Increased dodge chance. So we're doing the 15. We're still only doing the 4 with the bleed. I think something to increase our bleed damage would be good. What's that 2 there? That's... one of those numbers is from the fire damage on my sword. We could check just a bunch of events, I guess? Not collected yet. More chance to block attacks, reflect damage, energy shield, on block, regen HP. Does all seem pretty good to me. My assumption is maybe we can only get value from one of the exact things. Like, I can't... Let's find out. We have 8 armor, 1 HP regen. So, like, let's check the stats. Maximum overguard. Armor is 48. Nope. You can just get as many of them as you want. So, whether or not you have collected it or not, is I don't see why it's a particularly relevant detail then. Unless we... No, we wouldn't have overwritten the other one, because that gave us some of those stats, too. Reflects damage back to attackers. Clearly not enough, though. %4 increased chance to block after inflicting bleed. I do like that. Because stacking up to 5 times. So you can get a 20% chance. So that does give us a new reason why it's actually not a problem to overflow. Extra power, recovery. Requires 5 resolve. Blessing of Might. Let's go. Blessing of Might. That's right. I've got increased damage. Take that, guy. Ooh. Okay. We're starting to take some hits there, though. Oh, this is connected down here. Oh, well. All right. You got me there. I thought for sure this was going to be connected to one of these, but no, we got to go woo, woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. We have no elites on this path either. Have they started to stat up, or is it just that one guy's a little bit scarier? Because this guy's not scary. You were the one that was, right? Yeah, you do some kind of... You do some bigger damage, it looks like. Oop, rotting ghoul. So we are arena fighter buff to 5. 5 is the max there. So it doesn't look like it falls off one by one. So we do get a pretty reliably... We're going to keep that up at 5 as well. Okay. Oh. Okay, what is it? An extra chance to bleed and increase bleed damage after inflicting a bleed stacking infinitely. Okay, I did not read the 8 bonus. The 8 bonus means we totally do care. This is fun too. Oh, but the penalty is it doesn't come with any set bonus. Okay. Okay. There's some clever things. There's absolutely some clever things here and there. There's also some very weird choices. I can't deny that. Reduce their chance to block attacks by 26. Oh my god. Obviously. Okay. 24, 26. I mean, that's a juicy 2% increase, baby. And a 5% damage up. The sad thing is it's probably a better thing. But I'm going to focus on Stone Skin because I want to leave the game the opportunity to maybe see something happen when you get a level 5 of an ability. Maybe. Adds 4 to 6 fire damage attacks. Fire resist. Increase fire damage for every 2 fire resist. That's kind of fun. Same thing, but lightning, but it's also 1 to 10 lightning damage instead of 4 to 6. I'm in. Sure. And then what's this? Increase HP regen, regenerate HP, nature resist. Regenerate 0.1% of max health for every... Ooh. I mean, let's go with the Forge Master's Flame. It's just a fun one. An achievement called Mind If I Roll Need. So yeah, we have 14 damage, and then we have 9 damage. So that second number, the more like slightly orangey red, that is our fire damage that we're applying. I'm not seeing much of a reason to remove an ability right now. But like clearly we do not have the mana potential to utilize all of these reliably. But I do actually think that the Sunder makes a decent amount of sense, especially if we get the infinitely stacking bleed damage thing. I think that would end up being useful. Please let me level up and get the max level bleed. The unlocks at level 16 seems to imply there's maybe going to be another floor, though. Yeah, these guys are spooky. Ah, yes, food. Sure, I'll get rid of that to take this one. I want to level. I want to level. Is it urgent? No, maybe not. I mean, I could get rid of like a guard break. I could get rid of guard break. Because clearly we're out of mana. So around this point we stop doing too much. Hold up. Don't have it. I'm doing it. I don't care. Oh, sad. Alright. Increase attack damage, critical strike chance. I mean, that's good. Physical damage, increase armor. That also gives us the armor and the damage reflection. Increased armor and 10% to increase elemental resistance does give us 5% increased fire damage as well. I think this just makes more sense, though. I really was hoping we would get that boost. Rip. I just, like, I can try, right? We can't hit it again. Can't do one that we've already done. I did just try. Sure. All right, man. This is my realm intruder. Your bloated corpse will be okay. I could have turned off my stuff, but I think we're fine. Pop a potion, just because we seem to be getting a million of them. Ooh, look at that regen going. If I get a little bit too much fun, I think I might actually pop it. In a longer fight, we're not in a great spot. In a longer fight, we're not in a great spot because we do start to run out of the mana. Because these are getting increased mana costs, but not very much increased value. It's kind of weird. It's kind of odd. I'm hovering. I think we're fine. Let's go. Halls of Rebirth. That actually was really tight. How many floors are there, though? Because now I do think we are just going to rando die all of a sudden. We'll have to turn off some of our abilities, I think. To have, I don't know. I think we can turn off Guard Break. At the very least. And then we'll see how it looks. Can't find the synergy. Boost. Restore max mana after striking with a critical. You know, maybe. Or we could just get increased mana regen rates. What's our crit chance? Critical strike chance is 9%. Let's get an increased regen rate. The fact that skip maybe is like a good idea. I'm going to check new ability because why not? Strike your target doing physical damage, reducing their armor. Wait. Okay, so it's down on the bottom. We can obviously turn off the auto cast there. It will not be cast at all. It'd be interesting if you could, I mean, but then it would be, whatever. What do you do? Auto cast, launch a bolt, shadow bolt, steals life with attacks. Let's try this out. Let's see how this goes. Because we'll probably have, we'll have the mana to more reliably. Uh-oh. 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 I don't know if it's a good idea. Crit strike chance up. Hello. Max mana, intelligence. I mean, we do have, like, less intelligence. Don't say anything. 2.5% increased mana regen per intelligence. Strength, max mana. Could just get more strength. Cooldown recovery rate, strike chance, evasion. More chance to block. Like, even more chance to block is kind of nice. Armor and evasion, I can only assume, you know? I'm doing it. Max health up. We like max HP. That gives us more shield when we use our shielding ability. Cooldown recovery rate, max mana, armor evasion. 36 for a reroll. Sure, send it. We could get a bread. I might actually like it. Things are a little bit tight all of a sudden. Penitent Shambler. Oh, wait. Okay, so the turning the abilities off is very much just a one-time vibe. That being said, with the more max mana and seeing the rate at which it's coming back now, I think we're good. I think just getting a little bit of intelligence went a long way. There's a world where we turn off guard break, though. Block chance, block amount. Reduce their chance to block attacks. I think we keep it. I think we keep it for this fight. Bonk. Yeah, the mana regen, even just a little bit, made such a difference. We gotta check. Still no bleed. You can spend gold to reroll. Increase attack damage well guarded is good. 10% chance to block attacks, reflect damage. Gain 10% chance to gain 100% critical. It's a very funny phrasing to me for some reason. I really, really, really want... I really, really, really want to get that infinite stacking bleed for obvious reasons. Increased armor and a 16% increased armor as well. It's kind of interesting. Reflect 3 damage to attacker when hit. Increased armor. 22% increased armor on block. That actually is really nice. My block chance has to be really high. 36. It's pretty high. It is pretty high. Like, we may be in the realm of having it almost all the time. Yeah. 60% chance to block attack achievement unlocked. I mean, that seems pretty good to me. All right. You were somebody who messed me up. You messed me up in the past. I hate you. But I think we're fine. I think we're fine. We got a couple lucky hits there. Oh, we got a couple lucky hits and you're just gone. Solved. Wield the power of fate, mortal, but I can offer you its favor. Small amount of reroll dice for 10 resolve. I'll take a couple of these. Sure. Got 5 reroll dice. I don't know how to lose resolve yet because we've never gotten to the point where we have. I'm assuming it has to do with running out of time in the fight. Educated guesses. Educated guesses. Oh, you're nothing, my man. Oh, you're nothing, my man. Still none. Spend 7 reroll dice in a single run. That's it? There it is. Restore 2.5% of maximum mana. I feel like maybe you can only get one of each because only one of each will show up. I think that might be the thing. Restore 2.5% of maximum mana after inflicting bleed. That's so good. That is so good. You don't need one. It's a crit chance, but I'm going to check a new one. Reducing their armor, increasing your attack speed. We do actually want that now. Show me an infinite bleed boost. 5% to maximum attack block chance. What does that specifically mean? Increased chance to block attacks. 1% increased damage for every 2% block chance. I actually do love that. Gain 20% of your physical damage as extra fire damage. 1% increased fire damage for every strength. I feel like we have to do that. We have to do that just to stomp them. achievement for 25 strength in a single run. Am I doing something special, or am I like... What's up with that, man? But yeah, infinitely stacking bleed damage. That I like. Just in case, let's get a little bit of that max resolve back. Armor adds physical damage. Intelligence and strength. I feel like this has just got... Oh, we're so close. It's kind of like got it all. Costs 35. Why is it telling me that it costs 35 if I can't sell it? I doubt this gives me the money. Correct, it does not. Worth finding out. Worth finding out. 9% to all elemental resistances, 3 intelligence, so even more regen. I actually like that. Armor evasion, we sure could. Shadow resist, nature resist. With the reroll. 18% increase. It's a very nice thing there. 8% to all, 13% fire resist. We really like fire resist. And, you know, increased attack speed we do actually like again now. Have 75 of any resist in a run. So, clearly I must have 75 fire resist. I sure do. Is that cap? It might be. That may be the cap. Because we might be heading to the end. I mean, they're hitting me with a spooky man before the end here. God, he does damage. I don't have anything to do about it now, for what it's worth. I don't have any heals. Like, I could do the attack speed, at least. I mean, I have nothing to do with my HP now, though. That guy seems scarier than the boss, though. Done it. The Flesh Sculptor. Your flesh is mine to mold and reshape. Embrace your ascension. No. Steals life with attacks we do hate. We're gonna pop both of these. And he's... Oh, he's disappearing. He's disappearing. 25 stacks of this, and we're only doing, what, 9 damage per bleed? 16. Now we're doing 16 per? Okay. It starts to stack. Chance to block spells. I think that's an important thing. Restore 2% of max mana on block. You know what? Let's just take the 25% increased strength. How many levels are there? The Heart of the Fallen Kingdom. This feels like it might be the last one. But who freaking knows? Dude, these spells. We get rocked by spells because they must go through my armor. But there's no way I can't, like, just... I can't just solve that. I mean, unless I get block spells. I meant, like, I can't do anything in combat. I can't use any potions that'll stop the spells. I can do more damage, but I think we'll go for Vanguard because it does seem like spells are our biggest concern. Upgrade an ability. We don't even get to choose the very specific one. Send it. Send it. Send it. Oh, God. They're all spellcasters. I mean, I could pop this, but I think he's just dead. Don't have very much money for the shop. I'd rather... Nope. It's very linear paths. Like, once you're on it, you really are on it. Not a lot of Not a lot of forks. Jesus. Look how metal we are against just like a guy who hits with sword. They have no chance. None. More regenerates, increase attack speed, critical multiplier, shadow resist. I feel like shadow resist might be the thing we like. Right now. Because those spells will look like shadow spells to me. I could be wrong. Chance to block attacks, damage from bleeding, intelligence, strength. I missed. Maximum energy shield. Cold resist, regenerate 0.5 HP per second, sure. Mostly for the regen. All right, here we go. We'll see how we fare against this guy. Oh! 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 Is that the energy shield that's vibing? Ooh! Chance to gain attack speed when it hits. Armor and increase armor. I mean, I do like that. What's our crit chance now? Still 9.1. Restore 2% of max health on block. I really like that set bonus, so we're taking it. I feel like we're just fine on the Lich Lords now. We didn't even lose our armor. And we have ulterior ways to give ourselves this mana regen. Crypt Stalker, you're already dead, my friend. I'm sorry to tell you. Ooh! You got a smack in there. You got a nasty smack in there. And you're done. Do I fight the elite? Yes. It's just a big... It's like one of those big Halloween skeletons. You see it, like, I'm trying to sell at Home Depot. I could use the Potion of Haste. He's just a big guy. He has no gimmick to him. I guess the extra Shadow Resist probably really helped, too. 12 damage with the bleeds. Unflinching. You probably should flinch, my friend. And 32% increased armor when below 50% is nice. Very nice. 6% increased chance to Blanc attacks. Blanc attacks, 10% increased attack damage. 12 max HP and 6% increase. That's pretty good, though. We do genuinely really enjoy. Ready to level up? Wait. It actually... I gave it the opportunity. I didn't trust it. I didn't trust it would. It legitimately did. That's cool. Okay, hold up. So, Steel Skin of Iron... We got like a 4, 15, 8, and 12. So we can upgrade it so it's just ever so slightly better. Grants increased 1.5% increased shield per strength is really good for us. 20% increased armor for 8 seconds. I actually think we'll run the Steel Skin of Might. All right. Rethemed there a bit. No point to go for the extra money because there is, well, no, because you can spend gold to re-roll stuff. Oh. Don't you do fire damage? What's up with you? I'm 75% fire resist. What does the average guy look like here, man? Thank you. All right, chance to critical strike chance. 1% of attack damage is leached his health for every 7.5% critical strike chance. 20%. It might still be worth it even if we don't have that, though. Increase maximum mana. Gain max health equal to 25% of your max mana. 40 your max mana per intelligence. I'm going to hit the reroll on this. I think we can do better. Increase fire damage, max health, gain attack, fire damage equal to 1.5% of your max health. I like that. Increase damage per block damage, health resist, regenerate 1% max HP for 5%. Check my defenses here. Chance to block attacks 37%, so that's a pretty nice, it's a nice damage increase. We get another 15% on just on taking it as well. Maximum attack block chance. The phrasing on that, I don't know exactly what that's talking about. This is damage, though. This is pretty good. It's pretty good damage. 1 point. I mean, I think we have to take that. That seems really strong. This is unexpected. Seems dangerous, but they're... Okay. Feel the lure of the searing light. Secrets and gifts. Lose 22 resolve. Gain Eldritch Lightning for 3 combats. Okay. Thanks. I'll check another event. Ancient Forge. Requires 15 resolve. 3 random non-treasures get upgraded. Not of our choice, though. Just to be a safe lad, I'll hit that. There's nothing to do with the money, I guess, but I will do it. Just to assert dominance on the fight, or die before the boss, and then we don't have to worry about coming so close. And yet, I am hoping that floor 5 is the end. Feels like a relatively logical ending point for a run. So we could gain the max mana, gain max overguard after casting a spell. 35% chance to gain 2% increased armor when hit, stacking up to 20 times. Jeez. I'm curious. I just kind of want to see what else we got. 8% increased max health. Resist, we get regenerate 0.6% of maximum health per second increased, and 10% increased health rate. We take that. We take those. What else we got? Just want to make sure, because it would be so good if we could. Max mana. I mean, percentage to all elemental resists is pretty nice. I do imagine 75 is the cap. Can't click that one. I see the border on it. Shadow Lightning and I actually like that because it covers some of the bases of things we're not as good at defending against. Oh, that's a final boss if I've ever seen one. Bow before your king. No. Alright. We got a huge amount of HP regen now as well, too. Ooh, we got Overguard for days. We are back on the, if the fight goes long, we like it train. Okay. Dude, we have not lost health yet. We have more HP. We have more HP than our max, somehow. I guess that's the Overguard. The way that it gets placed on there. Oh, he's taking a lot of bleed per second now. It's up to 84 increased chance and increased bleed damage, but it's not quite... Not quite exactly how it is there. Oh. It's not 100 more damage, obviously. Was it a percentage, maybe? I don't know. This man's so dead, it's not even funny. He just kind of reads as a stat check to me. And we'll say I passed that check with flying colors. Boop, 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 boop. What? Oh, I think I am done. I think I am done. I got an achievement. Increase attack damage on block for 6 seconds. I think that's what I would do. Increase attack damage, maximum mana. I mean, that's good too. It's the fact that I did actually hit that right at the end. So now I am curious. Endless mode. No, thank you. So there's a lot of different items here. I'm really curious about all the different, like, legendaries. I mean, the abilities. There's some interesting stuff here for sure. I cannot deny. Enemies are slightly stronger. Unlock the other characters. Let me see what their gimmicks are. Evasion up. Much better dex. Worth noting, you have slightly better dex and slightly worse intelligence. Inflicted deadly poison, doing nature damage for 3 seconds. Yeah, gotcha. You attack faster, have more crit chance, crit multiplier. Start with a little bit more gold. And then what's your deal exactly? Obviously, intelligence, 4.4 dex, 0.2 strength. You are the slowest attacker. Okay, relatively similar start in a lot of ways to the warrior, but you do a little bit less damage. Obviously, you have a lot more mana, twice as much. You gain a lot more per second. I'm assuming that does 2.5% increased damage per point of intelligence. Yeah, I would imagine that would be the gimmick for sure. That makes a lot of sense. All right, well, alas, that's going to do it here for today for Dungeon Exiles. I think it's a neat little game here. I definitely see a lot of areas for, like, quality of life improvements that I think fans of this genre would enjoy. Though, I will say the lack of them means that if somebody is just wanting to, like, brain off vibe with the game, you can do it and not feel, like, quite as bad about it because you don't know the information, right? You'd have to pay really, really close attention to get it in a lot of scenarios, like by doing the math of the numbers that pop up. Maybe throwing it in like a settings or something would be a good call. Speaking of the auto skip there, the skip on the text box is very weird. When you click it, it auto completes and then closes it. When it's kind of like the text just moves a little bit too slow. I want to click it to speed up the text and then like click again or something like that. But it could also just be solved by having faster text. Maybe auto skip doesn't do what I think it does. Maybe it just fills the text box immediately. That's a silly thing. It's a little thing. The big one for me is the tooltip information. And it starts off really slow. Even by Autobattler standards, it starts off really slow. The fact that you don't make any decisions really for like 3 fights is not something that I think is a great start. And then the thing is, the run's not really crazy long, but I started to feel like my welcome was worn out near the end. And I was like, all right, I do want to get done with this. I probably would have stopped after floor 4 if I didn't assume floor 5 was the end. That kind of thing. But there's some neat ideas here. I think there's some confusing things too. There's like, I don't know. There's a lot of improvements that could be made. However, I do think it is, it's a nice little game. I picked it up. It's 15% off. It is normally $9.99. You can get it for 15% off for $8.49. I have these critiques because that's like, it's in the price tag that's a little more up there for these kind of small games. So I think these quality of life features would be a really welcome addition. But it's neat. It's cool. I think a lot of people are going to really like it. Yeah, not doing anything particularly wild, but it's a fun little package. Dungeon Exiles, my name is Retrimation, cover indie games every single day with an extra specialty in roguelikes and roguelites if that is something you are into. This is a channel that you should be subscribed to, especially if you're a fan of auto-battlers, RPGs, auto-battling RPGs. This is a great place for you then. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.